Hello, my lovelies. So this is, I think, the 5th installment in this mini-series for Mercury Retrograde Season Fall 2022. So this video is going to be about, I think it's going to be a little bit shorter than the other ones. I'm going to dive into what it means for the Mercury retrograde being in the signs of Libra and Virgo. Now, I haven't written any notes on this. I'm just gonna like wing it because I've been doing astrology for 26 plus years. I'm like, dude, I just wanna interpret with my gut. Let's see if I can do this, okay? So I basically covered the archetypes for Virgo in the last video that's uploading right now. And I'm very familiar with Libra, so I can do this, yes. But I just haven't talked about Libra as much with you guys yet. So so in 3 days, because it's the 6th day of September, on September 9th, Mercury is going to go into retrograde motion officially in the sign of Libra until the 23rd of September. Then it'll be in Virgo until October 2nd, I believe. And that's Eastern US time. So starting in Libra is a sign of the other. So we're talking about combining Mercury, the planet of the mind, mental acuity, communication as well. So anything that has to do with communication with the other, our relationships. And so Mercury as a planet, I think I mentioned in the first or second video, is like, it's as if the planet or the sovereign or the teacher has literally stepped down from his throne or stepped away from his teacher's desk. So we get to mind our P's and Q's and kind of handle things while he's out to lunch, right? So, you know, communication and crunching the numbers, our own brain faculties, correspondences, how we perceive things in our brain, how we perceive communications from people. All this stuff is going to go a little askew. We're going to need to take time to slow down and to assess things a little, maybe once, twice, 3 times, because little things might escape our notice, or, you know, depending on where it falls in our chart, it might, you know, things might be you know, if it's more in a fire house, you know, it might be a little bit more it might be easier to let things slide through our notice and things be a little bit more combative, you know, a little bit more of an attack to us. We might be on the offense or defense, and then if in a water house, it might hit us a little bit more emotionally, and stuff like that. So it's just a really good time that when we're interacting with other people in our lives, especially our, you know, Libra represents committed partnerships, committed relationships, our significant other in a romantic relationship usually, or the people that really mean a lot to us that are around us. We need to be careful and aware that how we are speaking and communicating to them, that we slow down and that we really take care and assess what they're saying to us and what we're saying to them. And also what is going on in our minds, our self-talk. How are we responding to the world outside of us, the people outside of us, and how are we responding inside of our minds? What is that mental chatter doing? You know, because mental chatter, self-talk can either be very toxic or it could be very loving in a self-love type way. You want to definitely be on the more loving, healthy side of things. And you don't want to worry as much. And, you know, I think it's I don't know if it's a Brene Brown concept. I'd have to double check, but you know, it's we make stories up about what other people might be spinning, or might be you know, like we might witness so much or hear so much from somebody else, but then we fill in the blanks, we make a story around it to make more explanation. But and if we double check with that person, we actually find out that maybe a lot of it actually isn't accurate, and we've made a lot of story to build around it that is just a house of cards, and it actually would fall down with just not even a stiff wind. So we're worrying about things that don't even exist, and it's all in our minds. So it's just a good time to be cognizant and aware that we are grounding ourselves in not illusion and delusion, but in healthy practices of communication, and approaching our loved ones, and just double checking and being honest and truthful, and having as much as we can out in the open, and not locking ourselves up like the Eight of Swords and tarot, where we're just doing the hamster wheel type thing and assuming, because that makes an ass out of you and me, you know. So it could be, don't lock yourself up in a mental prison, you know. Just, it's better to open your mouth and your throat chakra and just check in with people, you know. If you're worried or have anxiety, check in and be like, you know, I don't know if I took what you said to be the most accurate thing, and I just want to check in to see if you know, if we're on the same page, or whatnot, because Libra energy can be very much anti-confrontation, and I've definitely dealt with that because I have, you know, strong Libra in my chart. And it's very healthy though to put down boundaries and to work through that when we have a transit and an occurrence in the sky like this collectively, because we can become more healthy and more proud of it. We can get that A+ on our homework assignment from Mercury when they come back, because we've gone ahead and stood up for ourselves and matured our relationships to our other people in our lives, the other person, the person in our lives, romantically perhaps, by making sure that things didn't wash under the bridge or get shoved under the rug, you know. So very cool. And with it being in transitioning to Virgo after the 23rd to the 2nd of October, Virgo energy is about health and organization, minimalism, purging stuff in your environment, but also maybe slimming down stuff. It's about critiquing or assessing what is maybe no longer needed in your life, or like around in your environment, or maybe you know, you might end up you might do a fall cleaning, or you know, you might end up deciding that a health issue that you've been putting off really deserves another you know, more dedication. In retrograde motion, it might be that you end up having to really put yourself to a task that has to do with a lot of paperwork. You might find yourself dealing with a lot of, like, going in and out of a lot of offices or a lot of phone calls, and having to deal with a lot of clerks and a lot of things that you have to get a lot of things stamped and signed, and having to do a lot of official things. I know a couple people who are dealing with that actually right around this time, actually in the next month or two. That's so interesting. But because Virgo tends to feel like PA work for me, and getting all the T's crossed and I's dotted, making sure that you read everything closely, and having to get contracts signed and paperwork filled out. So it's annoying, but with Mercury retrograde, it just might mean that the time is now and that it kind of is a little bit more rushed than you want it to be in the case of two of my friends. But you just have to kind of make the space in your schedule over the next couple months to get it done, because it ends up being more convenient to get it done now than later. And it just means that it's more rushed than you'd like and it's stressful. But if you plan it out the best you can and breathe and put your big girl, big boy pants on and keep trying to balance it out with atta girl, atta boys, like you make the phone call to the clerk office, or you do the adulting, but then you get to give yourself a cookie or whatever that means for you, like buy a Kindle book or listen to an Audible on in the park or something. Give yourself a reward for dealing with the adulting tasks, because it, like, Virgo energy is totally the routine, the everyday mundane things that we set ourselves to, and the duty, the service of life, and doing it with grace and a smile, So yeah, so that's basically what I'd say that Libra and Virgo energy, along with Mercury retrograde, will kind of entail for us. Yeah, and so the next couple videos, I will take my packet of charts and I will then illustrate where the Mercury in Libra and Virgo is going to fall for all of the ascendant and sun signs of so you'll be able to see, like, if you're an Aries rising or sun sign, I'll be able to tell you which houses Mercury will fall in for you in Libra and Virgo, and so what life area that'll be, and so how will you experience more specifically this retrograde season. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that upload. I love you guys so much, and remember, astrology is my passion, empathy is my way, and love is my vibe. And if you like my vibe, want to join my tribe, click subscribe and click the notification bell on the top to get notified for my other uploads. Hit the like button if you like this video and share to help with my algorithm. And I just wish you guys, love you guys so much, and take care and see you next time. Bye.